All right, everybody. Holy fucking shit. Welcome back to Big Screen Small Talk. My name is Anthony Matola.
My name is Ryan Waltz.
It's been a while, folks. What's going on, Ryan? I haven't seen you in a bit.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Fucking work sucks.
I forgot that. I wanted to look up the date, the official date.
Too
of the last
long.
Show.
Too long is what it's been.
A lot of shit has happened. Since
All our fans, all 5 of them, have been clamoring for new stuff.
Yeah.
When are you guys coming back?
the hashtag "Where's Anthony Matola" pretty much went viral for a day.
Did it really?
Well, I mean,
Between me, you, and Jason?
yeah, between the three of us.
I guess before we get started, we should say thank you to the guys over at Full Heavy Gaming to get that out of the way before we get into our diarrhea of the mouth on film. Only person I know over there is Jason Steffi.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to give him a thank you from the Big Screen Small Talk guys for plugging our show. And
Not only plugging, but I mean, it was mostly him. It was like, you gotta get back to that.
yeah. So Jason, thanks a lot. Keep up the good work with Full Heavy Gaming. Anybody's into video games, it's a good page, good podcast. I don't know what they're calling it.
Oh
If
no, it's a
video cast,
video blog, vlog.
So
I'd
go
say.
check them out. They're on YouTube like we are, Full Heavy Gaming. So all right, now we got all the business out of the way.
I mean, I like gaming. I don't like it enough to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of fallen out of it a little bit.
Mm.
I play Madden every once in a while, but that's about the extent
I get
of it.
mad at Madden, if that counts for anything.
I'm awesome at Madden.
You're awesome at hitting random buttons?
Yeah, well, it's not button mashing. That's the old fighting games with button mashing. Hadouken.
I'm going to use that sound clip for everything.
Sounded good, man.
I'm just going to put it throughout this episode.
My Ryu voice.
I'm going to cut it and just random spots.
So there were a lot of movies that we didn't get a chance to talk about from the last time that we recorded.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much going to be this whole episode,
Yeah. What's today is what, January 6th, 2015, new year, brand new year.
Brand new. The big small talk year.
Yeah, this
Big
is
small
this
year.
is our year, everybody. Please listen, like, subscribe. That's really it. We're gonna we make a pledge, an oath to you to keep the content coming on a somewhat regular basis. And yeah, that's it. So I guess let's get into the fucking meat and potatoes of our show here.
Today's episode, we're going to talk about our favorite and least favorite movies of last year.
Yeah, very interesting year for film. I feel it. Year of the superhero movie. I mean, more so than any.
No, next year is going to be the year of the superhero.
Yeah, I think this was
Or maybe even the year after that.
It sounds like the next decade might be the superhero movies. Marvel
Can
making
they
it.
overstay their welcome?
They've been good so far. You know what I mean? The majority of them, in my mind anyway, have been good so far. Wasn't a big fan of the second Thor movie, and I really don't like Iron Man 3. Other than that, I like them. The replay value, I've yet to watch Captain America 2 for a second time. I haven't seen that yet.
I saw that, and I think I saw it twice in theaters.
Yeah, we only went that one time, and then I don't, like I said.
I went with you?
No, I went with the other we.
I was trying to figure out who I went twice with.
Yeah.
But I know I went one. I saw it twice.
Well, I remember you texting me both times.
Oh, did
Yeah. I texted you that it was good, and then you yelled at me for telling you anything about. I was like, I didn't say nothing. I just said it was good.
I have a really weird thing with movies where if I have any expectations at all, I won't. Like Foxcatcher and Whiplash, I didn't even see a trailer for those before I went and saw them.
Oh, you haven't seen a Foxcatcher trailer?
I saw Foxcatcher, but I hadn't seen the trailer.
Oh, you saw the movie?
Yeah,
Oh, how was it?
it was good.
That's all I get?
I mean, we'll get into it. It's
All
on my
right.
list.
Oh, I wonder what side of the list it's on.
Oh,
My list is in no apparent order. It's just
Okay, yeah,
it's just a bunch of movies
I
that
wrote
I
mine
really enjoyed.
in what I thought was going to be order, but I think we're just going to take it kind of
It's
how
hard.
it happens.
I was trying to think. I was thinking about it last night, and I'm like, it's one thing movies that I've lived with for so long, and but just to go through a whole year,
Because most of these movies you've seen one time.
yeah.
You can't fairly judge a movie off of one viewing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how, and I also have to put myself in the place of when I saw it, because I know the movie on the top of my list blew my fucking mind when I saw it. But that's because I saw a double feature of it and the original film the first night. It was a great viewing. There was like nobody in the theater, so it was it was fucking perfect.
We don't know each other's
His
list,
list,
by the
yeah.
way. So we've been hanging out for about an hour now. we've touched on the movies, but
Yeah,
not really.
We haven't revealed
Yeah.
ourselves. Haven't revealed our hands yet.
So what do you go ahead. What do you
Do you want to start? I mean, how many movies do you have in your top?
I just picked 5. I figured
5?
we get really fucking wordy. I mean, we can throw in other stuff.
Well, I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 movies that I thought were top movies or beat expectations of what I thought they were going to be.
Mm-hmm. See, a couple of those beat expectations are in my list.
Mm-hmm.
My list is very weird. Like, this is not a normal list for me. A lot of these movies either came out very, very late in the year, like the Foxcatchers and the Whiplash and stuff. Those movies, I always feel like kind of up my alley. And I have just either not getting out to the theater or coming out, too late. If I don't see it in 2014, I don't technically consider it a 2014 movie. You know what I mean?
Well, I had to pull up a list of all the movies that came out in theaters in 2014. That's how I gauged it.
Yeah, what's probably the smartest way to do it.
And I was, looking back in January of last year, what came out, I was like, "Fuck, that seems so far away."
Huh.
Like, how did?
I can give you a bunch of movies that I didn't like. I can tell you that. I got 3
Well, do you
right
want
off
to start
the
with
top of
worst
my
or
head.
top?
I guess it don't matter either way.
I'll tell you what. I kind of have 5 in my worst. So, do you have 5 worst?
I have 3 off the top of my head
Okay.
that I hate.
Okay.
I
Well,
hate.
let's start with worst. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The number 1 worst movie of 2014 was Dumb and Dumber 2.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I
It was fucking
didn't really
awful.
feel the need to go see it.
Rob is that's his favorite comedy, if you ask him.
Really?
Yep. And so I'll go see anything. If somebody wants to go to the
Yeah.
movies, I'll go. I don't care what it is.
I think I just got 5 just by looking at this little thing here.
Yeah?
I just remembered 2 other movies. I was like,
Okay.
those are
So
terrible.
Dumb and Dumber 2, it really didn't stay faithful to the original. They kind of like took the... In the original, they were simpletons. You know what I mean? Like
They made them too retarded, kind of like
Yeah.
Brick in Anchorman 2.
Yes.
They just pushed the envelope.
Yeah, and it was just too much. It was over the top. It was to the point where they weren't even likable. Because in the first one, like, you're pulling for them.
Yeah.
You're like, you still like
They're
them.
like the lovable losers.
Exactly. And this one, you're just like, please die. Like, everyone's trying to kill him. You're like, just fucking kill him.
Everybody's trying to kill them in this movie?
Well, it's like the last one where, like, there's a
yeah.
hitman and he's like following.
It's basically the same movie. They're like 20 years older.
Well, the theme of the movie is, remember Freda Felcher? Is that her name? They touch on the first one how Harry had a girlfriend named Freda
she's
Felcher.
pregnant. I saw that in the trailer.
Yeah, and then they kind of hint that Lloyd was the one who stole her away from him.
Okay.
And then this is about she has a kid, and they have to go meet her, and then they have to go find the kid because she gave the kid up for adoption. And then when they go to get, and
She's
then
beautiful,
spoiler
right?
alert, she's. There's a part where she's in her underwear, and they're like, "Why are you walking around the room in your underwear when there's like security guys here?" And she's like, "I don't know." And like, she's like, "You just wanted to get this girl in her underwear." Okay, I get it. Like, you don't got to explain it to me. But and then when they go to do that, then they get caught up in this love triangle between this smart tech guy, his wife, and his wife's boyfriend, and
She's no Mary Samsonite.
yeah, no, she's no Mary Samsonite. But they try to like do the exact same scene where do you remember where he's like dreaming about Mary Samsonite?
With the headlights.
Swanson, Mary Swanson.
Mary Swanee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They do like the exact same scene.
Lauren Holly. I remember 13-year-old Anthony sitting in that movie theater hoping I would get to see Lauren Holly's boobs.
Yeah, when she pulls over in her
Yeah,
shirt.
I was like, ah, headlights.
But they do like the exact same thing, but this time it's with ninjas and like
What?
yeah.
It sounds ridiculous.
It's bad. There's some funny
Would
one-liners.
you recommend me renting it out of the Redbox or waiting for Netflix?
Wait for Netflix.
Wait
You're not
for
going to get through
Netflix.
it.
I'm finding that's like the new standard now. Should I spend the $2? Because $2 is nothing. Like back in the day with Blockbuster it was $5. Now it's like, should I spend the money or should I just wait for Netflix?
Maybe that's how we
and
should
get it
start
for free?
rating movies.
This is a Netflixer or this is
It's
a
a
Redbox?
Netflix, Redbox,
Theater?
owned.
Own, yeah.
Own
Own
theater.
Own is good.
Yeah.
Own is good.
Okay, well there we go. We just came up with some big screen small talk.
Copyrighted. Don't touch it. That was
I honestly think I've seen somebody was similar to that, but
fuck them.
give me your worst of the year.
My worst movie of the year was a movie I just recently watched.
Mm-hmm.
Thought we was gonna watch something else that night, and went to my uncle's house and found out that he had watched the movie that I thought we were going to watch.
So he didn't want to watch it again?
He didn't want to watch it again. Like, he watched it that day.
Mm-hmm.
The movie we ended up watching was a movie called Predisposition, I believe is the name of it's either.
And it came out in 2014?
Yes. Starring Ethan Hawke and nobody else. Ethan Hawke. There was other actors in it, but nobody.
No stars.
No big names. And I mean, Ethan Hawke, if you ask me, is really.
I like Ethan Hawke.
I like him too, but I think he's pushing
making
the
a
envelope
comeback.
a little bit. Yeah, I didn't like I watched The Purge.
You didn't like Purge?
No, I didn't like it at all. To
You're
the
an
point where I was
asshole.
like, I didn't want to watch the second one.
The second one's good.
But this movie, I'm gonna do my best to describe this movie.
Predisposition.
Yeah, spoiler alert. First of all, you're probably one of the few people that would end up watching this movie.
Uh-huh.
Like, if that would go look it out and search it out anyway. There's gonna be some spoilers here, so if I start ruining something for you,
We're going to say spoiler alert before
just
every...
let me know. Yeah. The movie starts with an explosion,
Mhm.
and Ethan Hawke. It looks like he's trying to why can't I think now? How do you to disarm this bomb or something? And the bomb goes off. He gets his face burnt, Harvey Dent style, and they redo his face, and he looks like kind of
He
like
looks like Nick
Frankenstein.
Cage.
Well, take my face off. And so then I don't know if it goes back in time or it goes forward in time, but
Did you watch the movie?
I watched the whole movie. It was terrible. And
We both take a sip of water at the same time.
so he's now a bartender. And he's
So weird. He's
Yeah.
disarming bombs.
yes, and he's
Okay,
now
yeah.
a bartender, like the local barkeep.
Mhm.
And this guy comes walking in. Obviously, kind of looks like a girl.
Uh-huh. Dude looks like a lady.
Yeah, like a really mannish lesbian. Comes in, starts telling the story, and you could tell that these people they've known each other, or there's a reason that both of these people are in this bar at the same time.
Mhm.
And she starts telling the story of how she was a girl and she fell in love with this guy and they had sex and she got pregnant. And when they went to give birth, they found out that she had a set of male organs and a set of female, but not sexual organs. The inside of your body, like the inside organs, there was two separate sets of organs. So in order to keep her alive, they removed one set of organs, essentially making her into a man now. They removed the female organs, made her a man. What in the world was that? We're taking fire. Somebody's the director of Predisposition. And they made her a man, and then the rest of them, it was like it was like lost because I didn't know if they were going back in time or they were going forward in time. And then they sent Ethan Hawke was able to go back in time. That he was a time traveler. It was like one of those things you can only go back a certain amount of times before you start screwing up with your mind and stuff. Takes the thing and goes back in time, and the she that's at the bar meets the girl, but it turns out that the she at the bar is the girl. So, and the whole time, Kristen or my aunt, someone had said something like, "Are they going to have sex with each other?"
That's my first.
And that's that's what stuck in my head. And they're talking and having. So I said, "Wait a second." I was like, "Are they gonna? Is he making him have sex with himself?" My aunt broke up. It was a terrible fucking movie. I mean, this is the best that I could describe it because it's so fucking convoluted, so awful. It was 2 hours of my fucking life that I wish I could have back. And then it turns out Ethan Hawke they're all the same person.
From different times?
Kind of. Make any sense?
Maybe if I'd seen it. I don't know.
Yeah, don't. Don't. It was fucking awful.
I don't know. You kind of... Now I kind of want to see it.
It's well. I mean, you know what? Watch it. I'm curious as to
Let's
see
talk
what you
about it.
think. Watch it. It was very, very bad. I really
what you just pulled out of your hat is kind of making me wish I put this film at the top of my list.
okay.
But I put films that had higher hopes for my worst movies.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Movies that had a budget,
Yeah, didn't live up to your
had
expectations.
everything going for them and still failed. Because that film probably didn't have a big budget. Probably didn't have a lot of things going for it.
No.
So, I mean, you're going to forgive some things.
Yeah. I'm mad because a lot of the movies that are the worst on my list are these indie flicks that I'm usually like over the moon for.
Mm-hmm.
I think totally missed the mark.
Well, our list is going to be completely different.
Yeah. But that's good though.
So I'm just going to talk about this movie now. Then,
Yeah, go
it's
ahead.
it's at the bottom of my list, but the worst movie of the year for me is actually it beats Dumb and Dumber. If
Okay.
we're talking about just purely on a film level,
Okay.
and it really upset me because I stand. You know how I am with WWE Studios.
Oh boy. All right.
Okay,
Yes.
I defend them.
Yeah, you do. You
and
do.
I defend them to a T because all the movies I've seen have been fun. If they're comedy, they've been fun. They did The Condemned, which I
Which
really
is very
liked.
good.
I like
It's
that.
a cheap ripoff of Running Man, but I mean,
It's
good.
everybody's
It's
ripping off
watchable.
each other right now with that premise.
Very
Guys on an
entertaining
island.
movie.
And then they did Oculus that came out this year.
I haven't seen that yet.
Which
It's on
is incredible.
Netflix.
It's really good. So I thought, you know what? They're taking over a franchise. Let's see what they can do with it.
Oh, I think I know where you're going. I've yet to see this one too.
Leprechaun Origins.
Hornswoggle.
I can't. Everything went wrong with this movie. Everything went wrong.
The poster's pretty cool with the hand and the looks like the melted gold.
Everything went wrong.
Did he talk?
No,
Really? Is it a prequel?
it is a prequel.
Okay.
It takes place. There's these kids, and they go on a trip to Ireland. They're on like spring break instead of going to a regular spring
You go to
break.
Ireland.
They went to Ireland, and it's like their last day, and they're like, "Oh, we can hang out here, or we can go to this place."
Sounds like Hostel.
It's kind of
Right
like
off
Hostel.
the bat.
And then there's this town where all the villagers there had like hurt the leprechauns or something like that.
What? They hurt?
No, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I watched it, and as you can tell, I didn't do a great job of paying attention.
And this was the bottom of your list.
Yeah, I mean, it was at the bottom of my list, but only because I gave it a break because I know it had a smaller budget than the rest of the films on my list. And I'm sure they were working with less, So I wanted to give it a break a little bit, but it's fucking bad. And what happened? I think the original villager there stole gold from the leprechauns. Okay?
Okay.
And something happened to the gold where they couldn't just give it back. So now the leprechauns like come in and they kill people and take their
There's
gold.
more than one leprechaun?
You're not supposed to know that. Spoiler
Spoiler
alert.
alert. This whole episode is spoiler alert.
Yeah.
That's what we should call it.
Well, yeah, there's more than one. But they
Is Hornswoggle do double duty or is it just...
just let me get through this. Because I'm trying to put this together in my mind as I'm talking. I can't
He's still
take breaks.
trying to figure it out.
Well, no. So what happens is the villagers there, they try to get tourists to come and stay who have gold, so the leprechauns will kill them and take their gold and leave the villagers alone.
But who travels with like a pot of gold? Like just
well,
like
no,
a
just
chain
like
or something?
a chain necklace, a
This
Rolex.
sounds awfully fucking ridiculous.
It is what it is. So they put them up in this house for a night, and then they lock the doors, and the kids are like, I don't understand. Oh, well.
I don't want to stay at a hotel that locks me
It's not
in
a
my
hotel.
room.
It's a house. Like, it's not even a hotel.
This sounds like Hostel.
It's weird.
That's ridiculous.
But, and then, so I'm like, okay, well, maybe when Leprechaun shows up, it'll all be good. They turn Leprechaun into, like, this gray creature. Like, he doesn't have a mouth, or it looks like a fucking vagina or something. It's just like fucking...
I don't know why I never went on to look at like pictures of Hornswoggle in the makeup.
Because they never really show him to him. They never really show you.
Still, after you watch the movie,
Yeah. They never show you like a full picture of him.
so there's no payoff. Then I feel like those, with all those horror movies, that's kind of the payoff.
What? I'm just saying, what if they turned Freddy Krueger into like a fucking cat? Like, it's not... Yeah.
Big long claws.
Yeah, and then like, this cat was burned once, now he haunts your dreams.
You smell fur. He's coming.
It's like, you're in a dream, you're walking around, you don't know what's going on. It's like, meow. I'm like, what the fuck?
Not the cat.
No!
Get catnip and fucking.
Yeah. Like, they took the balls away from Leprechaun. That was the cool
That's
thing
so
about the
ridiculous.
Leprechaun movies. Like, he
He was
taunted
mouthy,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, he like taunted you. He was scary. He was running around in his little boots. Like,
Why couldn't they get Warwick Davies? Like, what's he been doing?
you know what? When they were like, okay, we have Hornswoggle. He wants a movie career. We don't really know what to do with him.
There's not a lot of parts for
Yeah,
for little people.
So we're like, fuck it. We bought Leprechaun, and we're going to let him do Leprechaun. And I was like, you know what? They'll put him in some makeup, as long as he gets the voice right,
Yeah.
awesome. Puts just a little makeup on his face, put him in a little green suit, let him go out there and do his thing.
And they didn't let him talk at all.
No, he doesn't say one word.
That's unbelievable.
They're little creatures. They're like fucking.
I can't believe there's more than one
Well, that's at the very end, like, because they're running through
for
the
the
field.
sequel.
He's running through the fields like a raptor. Like you just see the grass spreading, and then all of a sudden you see the grass start spreading in all these different places, and you're like,
Oh, there's more of them.
oh, there's gonna be more fucking movies like
That's
this.
terrible.
It's
I don't
fucking
think
awful.
it didn't that go like straight to video too. I don't remember it hitting.
It
the
got
theaters
released
at
in
all.
theaters. I don't remember.
It must not
Yeah.
have been too long. Ugh. You saved me watching that one. I can tell you
Yeah,
that.
just don't fucking do it. I've talked to so many people about that movie.
I do want to see No Evil too. Speaking of WWE films,
Well, that's how
I didn't hate
we
the
were talking
first
about.
one.
I was talking to my friend Ryan, who said he didn't like a movie, and we'll get to that movie then.
Mm.
And then we went on to Oculus, which I really enjoyed. And then was talking about WWE films. He's like, "Yeah, but they made See No Evil." I'm like, I never saw the first one.
it's not horrible. I mean,
not? I mean, I didn't see
I
the
don't
first
think
one.
it's not fucking great. It's
That's
nothing
their
that you
biggest.
Need to watch
But like,
now.
that's like their biggest thing, right? As far as WWE
They're
films.
big. No, I think the Call, that movie with Halle Berry.
They did that.
Yeah, that was their movie. I didn't really.
I wanted to see it.
It was all right. I mean,
Oh, you
it's-
saw it?
Yeah, it's all right. It was nothing. Didn't blow me away. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. It's definitely watchable, but it wasn't. What do you got there?
Cough drops.
Cough drops. How many are you eating? I feel like you've been digging into that bag. Can I have a cough drop?
Do you want a cough drop?
Yeah. Well, I mean, candy. Piece of candy. Is it menthol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it has oral antiseptic. Or
Oral antiseptic.
anesthetic. Why do you let me talk?
I
Yeah, it has
don't know.
menthol. I see it now. All right.
All right.
Oh, but when we're talking for like hour, like we've already been talking for an hour, so
Mm.
like my throat hurts,
I'm gonna get into.
and I woke up with a sore throat.
It's a good thing we didn't make out today. Another movie on my worst of list is Lock.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
We've got a disagreement.
we do.
Is that on one of your best of lists?
You know what? I didn't write it down. It was on my list when I was doing everything,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't on my best. I mean, now thinking about it, I thought it was exactly what it was going to be.
See, I thought it was gonna be.
Did you know it took place entirely in a car?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I knew
Okay.
all that. I knew it was just Tom Hardy, and call me crazy, but I like stuff like that. I love because I was waiting for a fucking acting clinic. I'm like, this is gonna be like an acting
Exactly.
class, 2-hour acting class. I just felt like it went nowhere. There was no payoff at the end of the movie either. That's
He
what
went to be a dad.
he went to be. What? I don't know where he went. Where did he go?
He went to the hospital.
Are you sure that's where he was going?
Well, I mean, that's where he tells you he's going the whole movie.
Yeah, that's where he tells you, but I was very disappointed. I was very, very disappointed with that movie, and maybe because I had such high hopes for it when I saw the trailer, I was like, "This is going to be really good."
I was so excited for that movie.
And I rented it, and
I mean, it wasn't exactly what I hoped, but it was good.
it
I
was
would
worse
recommend
than
it to anybody to go see.
Not me. Definitely not
Those
me.
scenes in the car where he's like talking to his dad in the back seat, but there's nobody there.
Yeah, I mean, he's good. He was a very good performance. I won't take anything away from that. But maybe then I should rephrase it. It's one of the movies I was disappointed with this year that I had really high hopes for, but I really didn't enjoy
If
it.
you like Tom Hardy and you like movies
that don't go anywhere.
that are story driven and
very talky, very
I
dialogue
am a
heavy.
fucking sucker. If you tell me a movie takes place in one spot and that is it, I'm like, I gotta see how he fucking
Or was
did
that movie with Ryan Reynolds?
Buried.
Buried. Yeah, that was good. I liked that a whole lot better than I liked Locke, except for the fucking rattlesnake part.
it. That's awesome.
It's so stupid. How did he not know it was in his pants for an hour and a half?
That's not what was in his pants. It crawled through the.
Oh, what am I thinking of? Are you sure it crawled through the thing?
It crawled through the
It was a
wall.
little hole. Mm-hmm. I was very disappointed with Locke. I did not like it.
That's fair enough.
There's another movie on my list that I have to check up while you're going to tell me
My next
your
movie.
next movie.
Well, we can talk about this movie because actually we probably shouldn't have to talk about this movie.
Did we already review it?
Yes, Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Damn it!
Is that your next
That'll
movie?
be my next movie too. Then it was definitely on the list. so
Okay,
I'll just,
there we go.
It's an easy one.
We'll just talk about
movie
it.
was awful. I will refer everyone to the Amazing Spider-Man 2 review.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty terrible fucking movie.
I saw that twice in theaters.
Yeah, I don't know why. I almost rented it not too long ago. Just Because it's
See
like,
if
it
it's
can't
bad
be as bad as I thought it was. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to waste the money.
Yeah, because
Because I rented another movie that was bad. Yeah, that's awful. I mean, I wouldn't make another one,
It's a
although
shame.
they are.
It's a shame because Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else in that movie, well, except Dame DeHaan as Green Goblin.
Yeah, he was good, but I feel like he wasn't the Goblin enough.
True.
You know, I thought they could have turned that a little bit more. He didn't fight anybody. He fought somebody in the last, 15 minutes of the movie? Electro was a joke. That's not a villain. He's a fucking comic character. He's a comic. I know he's from the comics, but it was terrible.
Yeah, everything felt kind of like
Misguided.
When you first see him, what's his name, Max?
Mm-hmm.
And like his hair looks like Homer Simpson's. His glasses are broken, and he has like the tape in the middle.
Yeah.
Who let that happen?
Nobody dresses like that. Like, there are some socially unadjusted people in this world.
Who sat down? Who's the costume designer who was like, "Oh, this is gonna look fucking great"?
How does Jamie Foxx sign on for that?
It must have been like a 60-year-old person who was like, "What do geeks wear?" Ah, yes.
That's
Like,
what it is.
nah, see?
Yeah, we got very gangstery all of a sudden. Yeah, we're going to put some glasses on him, see? We're going to put some tape around the nose.
Like, I just don't understand where their head was at.
The whole thing was awful. The best thing about that movie was, what's her face? Emma Stone. When that scene was excellent.
Yeah, I literally stopped breathing. Like, when she was falling, and it finally, like, you hear that crack.
Yeah, it was
Spoiler alert.
It was rough looking. I mean, it was done very well. I thought that scene, that whole thing was shot extremely, extremely well. Everything else was a joke. Paul Giamatti was a fucking mess in that movie.
Why even put him in the movie?
I have no. He was in maybe 8 minutes
He's
of
at
the
the
movie,
very beginning of the movie.
and the very end, and it's all fucking one-liners. It's like I watched the.
Spider.
Yeah, you not strong like Rhino. Like, we've seen the Batman movies where they went from the Tim Burton Batman movies where they're serious and they're dark, and how they evolved into the Joel Schumacher fucking farces that they were. This is what Spider-Man is turning into, and unless they either sell the rights or allow Marvel to make the movies themselves, or scrap it, it's going to continue to get worse and worse. In my mind, I think that franchise is doomed.
Yeah, they need to let Marvel get their hands back on it. Whether they put... Now, everyone's argument with this is they don't want to see Spider-Man in the MCU, which is fine. You know what?
But why not?
Because I don't know why. That's just the argument I hear.
That's ridiculous. I think he belongs in the cinematic universe. No,
he has too much story to tell to just squeeze him into. This is the thing.
Yeah,
they want to put him in
a standalone with Spider-Man.
Yeah, but they'd have to jam it in before the Avengers Civil War, because he's a main character in the Civil War books.
Let's be honest. Off the record, nobody's listening to us right now. You wouldn't go see a Marvel-made Spider-Man movie?
I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'd love to see that.
But you, with the Infinity Wars coming up like 5 years from now, you can't squeeze a Spider-Man movie and somehow work him into those two movies?
I can. You give me a fucking camera, I'll do it right now.
Yeah.
If they really want it done, it can happen. It's just a money thing and a story thing.
Yeah.
But here's the way I see it.
I was so mad that we went so late to go see that movie too, and I was sick.
Here's the thing I'm thinking, though. With the Daredevil Netflix series coming out, Daredevil takes place in the same city as Spider-Man.
New York?
I mean, it all takes place in New York, but Hell's Kitchen more specifically.
Mm.
Those two characters in that world would be great. Because they're doing a little bit darker, which we've never really seen a dark Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So if we could do Spider-Man a little bit darker, but he still has the jokes.
Which is fine. I don't mind.
I mean, I'd fucking see that.
I'm excited about the Daredevil. I'm excited about all the Netflix series. Because you said darker. I think they're going to go a little bit more edgier because you're able to. Just the content, you're able to do it with Netflix. And I'm really looking forward to this. Totally off topic, but I am looking forward to those movies. And that would be a cool way to introduce other characters, too. I mean, I feel like Arrow and the Flash and stuff, they're going to pop up in these new... The DC movies that are coming out, the Batman and Superman. No,
they hired different actors.
I see. I don't know, but why do that? It doesn't make sense to me. At least Gotham is like it's Gotham serves nothing in my mind as far as the movies go because you're doing it's way before. You know, if you're gonna have adult characters and use the comics as a reference, then you kind of need to or they weren't thinking that these movies were gonna turn this big into a big franchise like Marvel did.
I'm a huge fan of both Arrow and Flash.
Yeah, I've yet to watch them.
They're incredible, especially the Arrow and Flash crossover episode. Just great.
Was that a Flash up? Would that be on?
They did one episode in the Arrow where Flash came. Well, last season when Flash was introduced, there was a couple episodes where he was there, and they show like his accident that gives him his powers, and that's the last thing you see. And then halfway through Flash's first season, there's an episode where Arrow comes to, because they live in different cities. Arrow comes to his city to look for somebody, and they team up. And then the next episode of Arrow, he needs help, so Flash goes to his city and helps him.
Oh. So they're working together.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in the first episode, they get in a fight because of like a villain gives like Flash jealousy or something like that. But it's a good, off topic again, but it's good. And the guy who plays Oliver Queen, I can't remember his name right now, Stephen Amell. He was pushing for it. He's like, I want to be in the Justice League.
Yeah, I remember
He's
reading
like,
about it.
I got good numbers. And then when that failed and Flash had the highest numbers of any DC TV show or something like that.
Was it 2?
No.
3?
He got $1 million?
No, I'm saying, how many DC TV shows are there?
There was a
Are
couple
you
failed
counting
ones.
the Flash
Smallville?
from the 80s? Oh, yeah, but that was popular, that show.
Yeah. So he's like, if I can't be, you should let him be, kind of like as a way to getting himself in. He's like, Grant Gustin should be the Flash in the Justice League movies.
You should. I agree. You're playing the character already. It's an established character. People know the guy. Put him in the movie.
But they're doing standalone movies too.
Fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah, I forgot even what we were talking
It's
about.
got such a bad taste in my mouth. Even when I think about it now, it's awful.
Yep.
You bought the video game too, didn't you?
Well, to be fair, the first
Game's
game was
better.
really good. And I never finished the second game.
I didn't really like the first movie either.
I put the second game in for a little bit, and they changed the web swinging mechanics, and I couldn't get a hang of it, so fuck it. This isn't a video game podcast. What are you talking about?
Goddamn full heavy gaming. What's number?
Oh, so I'm starting again?
Yeah, sure. I mean, well, we both agreed on that one.
Correct. My next is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Really, on the worst. I know we've discussed this. I didn't think that we've discussed how it doesn't deserve or doesn't deserve to be anywhere near
The top.
a top of any list.
Yeah, it was. He just lost all of the. What's the
heart.
Yeah, of the Turtles. Megan Fox, I thought was better than I was expecting.
Did it bother you that she didn't have red hair?
Yes,
Yeah. I mean, I was never a big Turtles guy when I was a kid,
I used to watch them with my brother.
but I remember my brother.
I've
was
seen
really
all the
into
films.
it. Yeah.
So, I mean, I was fine with her. Will Arnett's in it.
Who was he?
He is like her driver. Well, he like works for the same news company.
Okay.
So he was there, and he's just trying to have sex with her the whole movie.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like,
It's a kids movie, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's a kids movie.
Okay.
But, and he doesn't like come out and be like, let's fuck, baby.
Yeah.
But
He's
like
check it out. Guess how I'm driving.
yeah. Like, so Splinter, voiced by Tony Shalhoub.
What?
Yeah. Leonardo, voiced by Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, I heard that and I was like, he's
Pretty sure it was Leonardo did Johnny Knoxville.
Southern. He's got like a drawl to his voice, you know? Johnny Knoxville.
Maybe it was a different.
Who were the other ones?
I couldn't even fucking tell you.
Nobody. Yeah, I don't know. It was out. It's in the red box, and there was another one last week. I said, "You want to watch it?" And she's like, "I don't know."
Shredder's a fucking joke. He has like magnets.
That sucks because I really like that guy.
He can like shoot out swords and then like magnetize them so they come back. It's like,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, it
it's-
sounds ridiculous.
They just turn him into like some mad titan like Thanos.
You know what I like about us
What?
is that we love these fantasy movies, these comic book movies, and yet here we are ripping apart two movies that we probably should have been fucking head over heels for.
Oh, I was so excited for Ninja Turtles. I didn't care about how they looked. It wasn't that like when you see them, they have like different things about their
You
bodies.
just saved me another $250, by the way. Thanks.
Yeah, they just have different things about their bodies I thought were really cool. Like Leonardo wearing like the war.
Yeah, I didn't mind the way they
Sash.
looked. I know a lot
Yeah.
of people when they first started releasing the
There's
pictures and
I
stuff.
have no problem with the way they look. It's everything else.
It's just a bad movie.
Yeah, they turn Raph into a dick for like no, like in the original, Raph is kind of a dick,
Yeah.
but you feel it. Like
He's like a smarmy, smart-ass kind of guy.
They have enough character development to defend him being a dick, and you still like him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In this one, they just throw it at you, and they assume because you've seen the other films that you know that's Raph.
It doesn't tie into the original series.
No, it's a brand new film.
it's standalone then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like Leonardo as the leader, there's not enough tension there. It's Mike. And they show up in the turtle van at the end. It's just like,
That's not good.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think I'll skip that one as well. Ninja Turtles. Yeah. By the way, really, honestly, doesn't belong on a top of any. Like I said before, I have to say it again. I know you heard the joke, but it doesn't belong in the top 10 movies about turtles. Period.
There's a documentary out there about a turtle migrating. It's way better than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The turtle in Finding Nemo is a lot better. Ugh,
I did
horrible.
enjoy that turtle.
Yeah, he was good. I can't remember his name right now. But
That was a hell of a turtle.
it was a great turtle. All right, my next movie is Noah.
That came out this year?
Yeah,
Really?
I believe so. 2014.
You're directed by Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah, I was really disappointed with Noah. I
didn't see it.
About
You're right. Our list is different.
halfway through the movie, I looked and turned to Kristen and I said, now, I was born and raised Catholic, went to Catholic elementary school, Catholic high school. I said either I totally fell asleep or wasn't in school the day they told the Noah story, or I don't know it as well as I thought I did. There's rock monsters. There's weird shit in this movie. I mean, it's totally Aronofsky. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I haven't really seen anything by him.
Oh,
I own Black Swan. I
You've
haven't
not
watched
seen
it.
Black Swan's very good.
Yeah.
You never seen The Wrestler?
No.
Wrestler is very, very good.
I've
too.
heard it. I've heard it's
And
good.
did he do Donnie Darko?
Oh, if he did Donnie Darko,
Yeah, I
I've
think
seen
he
that.
did Donnie Darko.
Okay.
So I mean, he's got a good.
He's got titles under his belt.
Good titles too. They're nominated too. I think most of them, if not all of them. And I mean, Natalie Portman won for Black Swan, but I don't know. I'm not a big Russell Crowe guy to start with, and it's just I didn't like it. Emma Watson was a throwaway character. Like I said, maybe I don't know the story. I didn't bother to look it up, but I don't ever remember hearing about rock monsters and shit like that in
To be fair,
the story of Noah.
I heard the same thing about The Hobbit. There weren't rock monsters in that until they got a hold of it.
Well, I mean, you figure they're going to change shit around, but you can't change the fucking Bible. I mean, it's the Bible. We go to war over the Bible, and here's fucking Aronofsky going, hold on a second, let me show you something else. I got a rock monster.
You know what would make the Bible better? Better rock monsters.
If there were rock monsters in it. What do you say? It worked in the Neverending Story.
I love Neverending Story.
But yeah, Noah was bad. Noah was very, very bad. Did not like it. So that's 4? We're at 4?
We are at
We're at 5
on number
now.
4 now.
No, that was 4 because we both agreed on Spider-Man.
Oh, I forgot about I put Leprechaun Origins up. I forgot about that.
What was that? Oh no!
Did you lose your best list?
God damn it!
What?
I lost my. I'm getting it back. Yeah, Noah was. Oh, what? Oh,
I forgot I moved Leprechaun up.
Why did I take off my mobile data? I'm retarded. But yeah, Noah was awful.
Okay.
Noah was very, very bad.
And let me look at my list before I say this. Okay, my number 5.
I've got a tie, by the way, for number 5.
Okay. Number 5 for me was A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Ugh.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Oh, you did see it?
Yes.
Did you watch past the credits?
No. I don't remember. Maybe I did.
Django?
No.
Oh, you didn't
I
watch past the
missed that.
credits?
No, I watched it at my uncle's house.
Oh
We were
my
like
God.
so ready for it to be over, we just fucking shut it off.
Yeah, Django's in it at the very end.
As Django?
Yeah, Jamie Foxx
Really?
comes in. Do you remember when they're at the fair and there's like the game with they're shooting black people?
Yes.
Yeah, there's like some like slave.
I was like, what movie are you talking about for a
It's
second?
like Shoot the Slave,
Yeah.
or something like that. And Django comes up, he's like, pew, 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 and he shoots all the slaves, and then he shoots the guy running the booth.
That was it.
That's it. But
Did he say anything?
It's cool. I think he drops the N word
Oh.
or something like that.
I didn't like Ted. And I did.
You don't like Ted?
Yeah, I didn't
Ted
like
is
Ted.
so good.
And I liked A Million Ways to Die in the West worse.
Yeah, I really wanted to like this movie. I was
I know
so
you did.
excited.
I remember you talking about it. And I'm going, I didn't like Ted, and I don't know what you're looking forward to this movie.
I love Ted. Ted's great.
Wasn't a fan of that one.
Ted 2's coming out, man.
No, I can't wait. Cannot wait.
We're going, me and you.
Awful. Well, I'll go see something else. We can go at the same time to the movies. I'll go see something else. Well, I'm surprised that's on. I figured that was going to be on like a disappointing list. I was surprised.
I mean, it's disappointing.
Yeah, it's very disappointing, that one.
No, there's a lot of movies on my list that are disappointing that I still enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing about being a movie lover is that like you can respect the movie for what it is and still not enjoy it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like when I talk to some people,
There's not a lot of people that
they don't
like
get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't get that.
Oh, it was no good. Yeah, but something had to be good. You know, like
Yeah.
the camera shot or something.
I respect, and we'll get to it in these first 2 movies on my list, and actually the first 3 movies on my list of my did not meet expectations.
Yeah.
But you can hate a movie and
Yeah.
still respect it for what it is.
Well, it's a piece. It's a work of art.
Yeah.
It's every. That's what I like about film is that it's like looking at a painting. If we could both look at the same painting and see something totally different, you know, we have a lot of disagreements when it comes to movies. We have a lot of stuff that's similar, but we have a lot of disagreements.
I don't have much to say about Million Ways to Die in the West.
It was bad.
It didn't meet. There was too many fart jokes. Like
The funniest part, I was going to say, the part that I laughed at the most is when the old man farted and said, "That came out of my dick." I giggled at
forgot about that one.
Ouch! There was the one time we just screamed, "Ouch! Ow!" That one came from my dick, and then that was
like,
it.
He was like, that was the one thing he thought was funny about the West, and he just fucking ran with it.
Yeah, it was dumb, sophomoric, and I feel like I have a very 2-year-old sense of humor
Yeah,
sometimes
I
when
mean,
it comes to movies.
The funniest part for me is when they were stuck, like the snake was there, the rattlesnake, and they couldn't move.
Yeah.
But
But even that, like, I mean, it's very forgettable, you know? The bottom of my list, like I said, is a tie.
okay,
The first movie is Transcendence.
you saw that fucking movie?
I did see that movie. It was bad. I can't tell you what it's about because that's how bad it was. I don't remember it.
Uh-huh.
It was very. I feel like it was one of those. Maybe just went over my head the time
Uh-huh.
I watched it. Maybe I wasn't into an in-depth story like that. But it was very, very convoluted. There was a lot of shit going on. You know how much I love Johnny Depp. Bad, really, really bad movie. Really long, not so good. Didn't like it. Did not like it. And then the worst of the worst for me of last year, which is I might get a lot of shit for this one. Under the Skin. Scarlett Johansson.
I've never even heard of that movie.
It's the movie where she's the aliens. It blew up online because she was naked in like 3/4 of the movie, like full frontal.
So
everything.
I gotta see this movie.
That's the only reason. It was so bad that it was almost not worth seeing her nude. That's how bad this movie was.
Yeah.
Nothing fucking happens. There was one scene where I got creeped out a little bit, but for the most part, it's her. The movie starts. There's this guy on a motorcycle, and you see him a couple times throughout the movie, and he gets off the motorcycle, walks down a hill, comes up the hill with a girl, unconscious woman. And then you see Scarlett Johansson. The unconscious woman is laying in this totally white room, like it totally hurt your eyes. Don't watch the movie in the dark on that scene anyway. She's naked, so it's like, all right, she's naked. That's cool. And
The internet's already seen it.
oh yeah, it's all over the internet. You can find it. But all she does in this movie now is she goes and kind of lures these guys to this pit. It's weird because when she gets the guy to come back with her, they're in this like it's almost like metallic black. You know what I mean? Like it's a shiny black room. And she's walking, like you see the point of view from like the guy that's looking at her, and she's taking off her shirt. And then they look back, and the guy's taking off his shirt. And then you go back to her, and she's taking off her skirt. And then as they keep going back and forth like this, and as you see the guy, he's going down further and further and further and further, and you see she's standing up, and he's in this like a pool almost. And then he goes away, and you don't see it. This happens like 2 or 3 times, and it's like, well, what the fuck is with this pool? You know, like I want to. What's happening? And then you finally see it. I don't know if you. I don't want to spoil it for you if you don't want to. She meets this guy who was the scariest thing I've seen on film since Eric Stoltz in the makeup for Mask. I don't know if you ever seen that movie.
I know what you're speaking of. I never saw it.
Yeah, well, this guy is real life mask. Like this,
Uh-huh.
there was no makeup here. I looked it up as soon as I saw it. I was like, "There's no way this guy's real." Guy was real. Okay, big fucking elephantitis face, and she lures him into the room, and I was like, "Well, this is kind of sad. This is the first fucking girl that's probably showed any kind of interest in this guy." And they go in. These guys, they go into this water, and they keep drifting down and down and down. And there's other guys, because like I said, you see it throughout the movie, and the music is really fucking haunting. The whole, like throughout the whole movie, it's really, really haunting. And you see one guy looking at another guy who looks like he's been there a little bit, like his skin, like he was in the bath too long, you know?
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, pop! It pops, big loud noise, and it's just the guy's skin now floating very slowly in this water. And then the end of the movie, her skin starts falling off, and she's an alien.
That was the big
That's
reveal?
like the big reveal at the end. She's running through
Uh-huh.
this forest.
Were the other guys aliens, or was she like an alien who steals skin?
She's an alien who steals skin.
Okay.
And I remember we were watching it, and Kristen, God bless her, she was trying to find, because I kept going, this is some fucking artsy fartsy bullshit movie. I'm like, I'm not interested in this. And she's going, well, maybe it's this. And she's explaining what she saw it as like an art project. Like if you were in a college class and you were watching this movie, you know, there's a deeper meaning somewhere in this movie. And I went online reading reviews, and I'm like, you were on the fucking button with this. I was like, I don't understand. I said, that's because you went to college for like 8 years. Like you should. I said it was really, really disappointing. It was I looked at a lot of best of lists, and it's on a lot of people's best of lists. It's really independent. It's really ambitious, but for me it missed the mark personally. I did not enjoy that movie. And like I said, it was to the point where it was like not worth seeing her naked. It was very, very not good. And it's long. It's like an hour and 40 minutes, but it feels like it's 3 hours.
Okay. So that wraps up our worst movies.
Boo.
Okay. You just want to like just go. Do you have like lower expectations or did not meet expectations list?
22 Jump Street didn't
Okay.
meet my expectations. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting from it. I wanted it to be as funny as the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was. You know, I thought it was funny in the beginning of the movie when they were kept on referencing that they couldn't believe that they were making another movie. But then when it went on for the whole 2 hours of the movie, I was like, it's the same fucking joke. You're beating a dead horse now. Like, just get over it.
Oh my god! But the part where, spoiler alert, Jonah Hill they realized that he had sex with
that
his
was
daughter.
funny. Oh, he was running around that cube.
Yeah,
That was funny. That I did enjoy that.
and it's like do do do, and Channing Tatum's putting it together, and it's like, oh. Yeah, that part wasn't great.
But yeah, I think as far as movies, yeah, there's Under the Skin. Oh, so bad. That says 20. See that doesn't make sense to me.
Why?
Because I have 2014 and it says 2013.
Oh, you fucked up your list.
Whatever. It was still a bad movie.
It was still a tie though, so you still had a fifth list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, 22 Jump Street, like and the Equalizer. I just watched that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really. I mean, I don't know what I was
I have
expecting
a lot of
from
movies
it.
on mine.
You know, I like Denzel,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just another movie. It fucking went nowhere. It felt like it took forever. He didn't fight enough. It was along the lines of Taken, and I don't really like those movies all that much. Because he's the old guy and he's got a certain set of skills, but it was just
I gotta go see Taken 3. That comes out.
why
Did that just come out?
it's coming. Why?
Oh my god, so good. Taken 1. Let me tell you how I found Taken.
Taken one was good. It was
Taken
all
1,
right.
I downloaded it. I had no idea what it was. I just downloaded it. And apparently it came out in Europe first. So it took like 6 months to come out in America.
Should have stayed away.
And I had to talk about this movie that nobody else had even heard of for 6 months. And finally I was like, it's coming out in theaters. We gotta go.
It was I don't know.
The second one was just like the Hangover 2 of movies. The third one I'm hoping is they got their shit right.
I've got no expectations for that movie whatsoever.
Okay.
None.
Do you have any other movies?
No, that was pretty much the wrap of
Oh my
the
God,
worst
I got
shit
so
that I've
much
seen
shit.
all year.
I got so much shit on my list.
Maleficent was all right. It was better than Snow White.
Okay. I'm ready for the haters on this one.
Here we
Send me all your hate mail. It only makes me stronger.
I might be sending you hate mail. Who knows?
Okay, I'm actually going to move this up to the top of my did not meet expectations list. Interstellar.
Didn't see it. Wanted to see it.
I mean, visually, it's an orgasm. Like, it's a... He just
eye
fucking...
candy.
He just jerked off all over that screen. Like, it's beautiful.
It's Nolan jizz.
But for a 3-hour fucking movie,
It's long.
I want more. Like, it just wasn't...
I
and
heard
don't
it was
even know-
very confusing.
And I don't even know what I want. No, I mean, I understood it. To as much as I can understand a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when you have a movie that involves time travel and different things like that, there's going to be things that you just accept because it's a movie. You know, you got to suspend your disbelief long enough to be like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I understand that, you know, he went back in time and did that and did. I understand that.
Yeah.
But the story was just too big to do everything.
Yeah.
And therefore it fell short.
He's funny, you know. I like Nolan. I'm a Christopher Nolan fan, like a big time fan of his. But I've heard a lot of mixed things about this movie, and
He tried to create this whole world, and he didn't give you enough to really get wrapped up in it.
do you think he's buying into his own hype?
He's buying into his own hype. I haven't heard that expression yet.
Do you
Like
thi-
he's just like too big for himself now. Like
Well, yeah. I mean, do you think he's because everybody? Oh, Christopher Nolan, with Memento, and then I mean the
He
the
did
Batman-
Memento?
Yeah, that was one of his first movies, and it's a great movie. And Inception too, I think, is a great movie.
I still
but
haven't seen Inception.
really, it's a good movie. Check it
I
out.
know. I it's one of those things I'm always like, because everyone tells me how confusing it is and everything.
I didn't think it was very good. I feel like we just had the same conversation about
About
it.
Interstellar?
Yeah, I didn't think. I mean, it's you got to watch it. You got to really pay attention. Don't you know if you got to pee, pause the movie. But it's a good movie.
So yeah, but when it first came out, that's all I heard was like a mind fuck. So I was like, I'm gonna wait, and I bought it. It was the first Blu-ray I bought.
Really,
I bought a Blu-ray
a
player,
good-looking Blu-ray.
and I was like, what movie will I appreciate most on Blu-ray?
and you didn't watch
And I
it.
fucking sat on the shelf. It's still over there. It hasn't gone
Is
anywhere.
it open?
Yeah, I think it's open. I try to open most of my shit when I get it.
Yeah.
Um,
What else you got?
Gone Girl.
I didn't see that yet. I did read the book though, and I really.
You okay? You read the book?
I did read the book. I'm all
Okay, well,
finished.
then we
all
can talk
caught up.
about it
Yes,
at
we
least.
can talk about the book.
Okay.
Anticlimactic ending.
Anticlimactic ending and the twist. Oh, spoiler alert, people out there!
Yeah.
Just if you want to watch this movie or read this book, you cannot talk. Like you just gotta fucking skip ahead
Yeah.
until a certain time when I'm done talking about this because you will ruin it.
I heard that the ending of the movie was slightly different than the ending of the book.
Not really.
Not really? Okay.
Not really.
Don't tell me the ending of the movie.
It's, I'm pretty sure you really know the ending.
But did they stay together? I was disappointed. I was really the twist happens in the book at the halfway mark of the book.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, she's alive. Now what? The last quarter of the book was garbage. It was all throwaway, I thought.
Yeah. Here's what happened. I bought the book. So I saw the trailer and I was like, that looks fucking amazing. And the girl, I was seeing another movie on my list. And the person behind me said, oh, that's a really good book. And then she started talking about it. And I was like, la, 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 like,
Shut up!
and I was like, I can't have anybody ruin this for me.
Yeah.
So I went out and bought the book just so I could ruin it for myself. Because I knew somebody was going to ruin it for me.
Yeah.
And then I was reading and I got to the twist. And then I put down the book for 2 months. Like I wasn't fucking ready for that.
That she was alive and she staged this whole thing.
Yeah, I just wasn't ready for that. But something I don't know if I didn't like the movie because I read the book. Because they cut out the best part of the books is their inner monologue.
I feel like the whole book is their inner monologue.
Exactly.
That fucking
They
that
cut out
diary and stuff.
all of it. All of it's gone.
So what did they just show you everything?
Yeah,
That they
kinda.
think- See, that's stupid. Did they show the whole Desi part? I'm assuming that's who Neil Patrick Harris plays.
Yeah, he plays Desi.
Yeah.
And they actually add more to his a little bit.
But why? I thought he was a full enough character
you're
to
not
begin
fucking
with.
telling me.
I didn't need to know any more than what I knew about Desi. He was a weird guy. He was fucking infatuated with her. But
But like, you know those and they're really funny moments and they're really revealing moments for the character. Like where Nick first sees her again and she like hugs him, he goes, I'm gonna fucking kill you, bitch, or something.
Yeah.
Like he says something along those
Yeah.
like, I fucking hate you. And there's moments like that, and there's moments of redeeming qualities of Amy. Like where he first goes on to that girl's show
Yeah.
and she's watching it and she's like, oh my God, maybe he does love me.
Yeah.
Like maybe we can fix this. That moment right there is what changes your mind in the book, where you can go back, and when she runs back to Nick, you're like, okay, that makes sense. She's running back to like,
Yeah, but that's not why she went back to him.
what do you mean?
I didn't think she wanted to be with him.
You don't think so?
No. I don't think she. I think she's a fucking narcissist. This woman.
Yeah.
And she saw that it was a big fucking to do, and she realized that she wasn't gonna fuck him over because I don't think he was gonna go to jail. They did, I mean, I know they had the whole
Without a
fucking,
body, it's hard
yeah,
to
without a
prosecute.
body, you can't. Just because there's a shed full of fucking goodies, it doesn't mean you could fucking you're gonna go to jail for murder. There was nothing there, and she got scared. She got beat up, and she, for whatever reason, decided to call this fucking Desi guy. But
Well,
she's
she's out of money.
a fucking psycho. And well, that's what it was. She went back because she had to. She couldn't fucking stay out. She was she's a spoiled
And
fucking.
she couldn't kill herself. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
Yeah.
If she could have just killed herself, if she could have physically gone through with it,
Yeah.
she couldn't stand living in a world where like her killing herself is Nick winning.
Yeah, and her coming back to him is her winning.
Yeah.
In her mind, her sick, twisted mind, that's what it was. But I thought the ending was very anticlimactic. Like I wanted something to happen because the first half of the book, it's like, well, who done it? Is it? Do I believe these
His
journal
name's Nick
entries? Do I believe the journal entries, or do I believe this very overly shady
And
written
it's
character?
amazing
They
because
really,
in the book you spend the first half of the book hating Nick because you
were you
think
convinced that he killed her?
Yeah, you're-
totally convinced.
you're like, oh, you don't have an excuse for this, you don't have an excuse, like, and then you meet Abel Andy.
Yeah, but there's
who's-
no excuse to be
just
had.
just so
though.
you know, whose tits are just incredible in the movie.
Who plays her in the movie?
I couldn't fucking tell you, but her tits are incredible.
Well, she described him as incredible in the book.
Exactly, but they never describe him in the movie.
You just
But
gotta-
but you know what? In the book, she described him as incredible.
Yeah.
So if I watched the movie and they were anything less than incredible, I would have been pissed.
those are
but-
not the most incredible tits I've ever seen.
But let me tell you,
Want my money back.
they were. They like the stuff with the bar is completely gone.
Really?
Remember how he makes like the drunken video?
Yeah.
That like the girl like films
Yeah,
him?
the student.
That's gone.
How is that gone? That's
don't
such a
fucking
big
tell
part
me,
of
man.
the book.
That's the part where it
Really?
like turns around and
I
you're
can't
like,
wait to watch this movie. Like I know before this conversation, but I've been really looking
and
forward to it.
everyone talks about how great the fucking
Rosamund Pike.
the soundtrack is.
This is David Fincher is starting to work with
Trent
Reznor and Atticus Finch or whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Atticus Ross. Atticus Finch is To Kill a Mockingbird. So yeah, I feel like they're gonna be like a weird. I like David Fincher, but they're gonna be like a weird
It doesn't
Tim Burton.
fit. The score doesn't fit the film.
Yeah. See, like I felt like the score. Did you see The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo?
No.
They did. Fincher directed it, and the same two guys did that, and the same thing with The Social Network.
Yeah, with the Social Network fit.
That's a
It was
phenomenal
incredible.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other one, the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, it also fit in that story. So I'm curious now to see what it sounds like.
There's a lot of times where it doesn't fit, and I don't know if it was the theater I was in.
A lot of times, that's my biggest complaint with going to the movies now is that the stuff is not set the way it should be.
All the scenes that take place as backstory where they meet and they're like in a crowded bar, for some reason, all of the dialogue was really quiet, and the bar sounds were so loud that you couldn't hear what they were saying.
I wonder if that was done on purpose.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. I don't
Yeah.
know if it was because I could see that being a director. Like,
Yeah, I want you to really feel like you're in this bar with
Yeah.
these people and you're spying on private conversation.
yeah, I could see it that way, or I could also see it as somebody fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gone Girl. I don't know if it's because I read the book
Mm-hmm.
and I had such high expectations.
It doesn't sound like you like the book all that much, though.
Oh no, I love the book,
Mm-hmm.
but it just took me. That twist really threw me off.
Yeah.
But once I got back into the book and then I saw Amy's side, and then I mean, I really enjoyed the book.
Yeah.
I did, and yeah, I did. I sound like I'm trying to convince myself now.
It was good, I swear.
I swear I liked it. But no, and then the movie just didn't live up to what the book was, and I don't know if I don't like the movie because of it. But again, I saw it one time,
Yeah, I got to see.
and also a 3-hour movie again.
It's that.
It's long. It might not be 3, but it's like 2.5. It's a long fucking movie.
I'm
And-
tired of these movies being everything is fucking at least 2 hours now.
And I'm fine with that. But then don't take shit out of the book I want to see.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
add-
especially if you've got
and
like
add
source
shit.
material.
I don't want. Like,
That's unbelievable.
yeah. So, I'm gonna go through the rest of these real quick.
Okay.
Boyhood.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I appreciated the premise of the movie,
Yeah,
but it's
but
a
it-
movie where nothing really happens.
Okay.
It's just like life. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
If
I
you
hate
filmed-
my life, so I don't want to fucking
If
watch
you
it
filmed
on
me
TV.
from 12 to fucking 18, not a lot of shit happened.
Guess what? He got a bike. He fell off the bike. He's
I got a bike, I fell off the bike, got a girlfriend, lost a girlfriend.
got another girlfriend, lost her.
Yeah. Like that. That's pretty much the movie. Sex tape. I really wanted it to be funnier.
we just watched that the other day. That was very disappointing.
Rob Lowe, though, it just fucking made that movie. He goes,
Yeah.
You know, just friends hanging out, doing some rails.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Want some Coke?
So, like, again, I wanted it to be better.
Yeah.
I'm going to do these next two first. Let's Be Cops.
Yeah, I remember, I think it was the summer movie preview, and you're like, oh, we got to do this. And I saw the trailer, and I was like, that doesn't look,
It's all right. They try to turn it into more about a guy who, like, didn't want to grow up than a comedy.
yeah.
Tusk.
Yeah, I mean, it was,
It didn't meet my expectations. It's not that I didn't like it.
what were you expecting?
I was expecting a dark horror with slight humorous subtleties, and it turned into a comedy.
Yeah. Well, I feel like he was more concerned at some point in the filming of making this next movie, The Yoga Hosers, that like they needed to put Johnny Depp front and center because he took over the second half of the movie. I thought.
Yeah, he did. And then the last movie that didn't meet expectations was Jersey Boys.
I didn't see that yet.
I thought you went to the theaters.
No, we were gonna go, and then it just never ended up working out with my grandmother.
It starts off, the first half's really good. It just feels like they didn't know how to end it.
Yeah.
And then, like, randomly,
But how do you
there's-
not know how to end it? There's a fucking play. Just ended the way the play ended.
there's like a gap in time. Somebody dies who, like, you don't fucking know. Or no, it's his daughter. Spoiler alert. His daughter
Damn
fucking his daughter dies, and then, like, all of a sudden they jump forward in time like 40 years to, like, them getting inducted into the, like,
The
Hall of
Rock and Roll
Fame.
Hall of Fame.
And they didn't talk to the one guy the whole time, and it's just like them. They're like, "Hey," like, and that's
That doesn't sound very good.
it. Yeah, it's like it's
Go get the soundtrack.
yeah. The soundtrack's great, absolutely wonderful.
So, all right. Well, that is our worst.
We're gonna break this thing up into two.
Yeah.
'cause
So
didn't expect it to go this long.
no. It's nice getting back in the saddle though.
Yeah.
So we hope you guys enjoyed it. Same as always. Was at BSST Podcast on Twitter. Big Screen Small Talk on Facebook. Look us up. We got our own page.
Like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah, we're
We'd
on
love-
iTunes.
We'd love to hear your worst.
Yeah, send us, please play along with us, guys. Send us your best and your worst of the year, and yeah, just contact us. We want to have a dialogue with
get the conversation
our listeners
started.
and stuff. Yeah, let's get the conversation started. Yeah, so thanks for listening. Welcome back. I'm Anthony Matola.
Ryan Waltz.
We'll see you when we see you.